my channel Front End Hustle. In this channel, we'll provide all the content regarding the front end. We start from the HTML, then we move towards the CSS, and we'll cover JavaScript with the ECMAScript 6. Then we will move towards the React, and we'll also cover the frameworks like Bootstrap and Material UI. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for the more info and the notification from our site. Let's get started. See, first of all, the things come in our mind is how something is rendering on the web page. Likewise, if we open anything, like we start with Google and search for anything like and we move towards these pages. So how these pages will come, how the pictures, images and the content is coming in this page. So this will be possible because of the HTML. HTML is a language which communicate between and convert your text in all these images into the electral form and provide us. Here we can see that this is the HTML part and this is the CS part. If we remove some CSS, so it will be effect on the content. And the JavaScript is this function you were seeing that cricket logo is coming. So how it is possible? It is possible due to the JavaScript and jQuery. We'll cover all these in this front end hustle part. So now move to a video content, and now the simple question is, what is HTML? So HTML stands for the Hypertext Markup Language, and this is a very basic question which the company asks for you while the interviewing. You need to give answer like this: HTML stands for the Hypertext Language, and HTML is standard markup language for creating web pages. HTML describes the structure of the web page, consists a series of elements. Elements tell the browser how to display the content, and elements label piece of content such as this is heading and this is paragraph, etc. Suppose we can talk that how we can write it. So for writing it, you need to install the Visual Studio Code, and on the Visual Studio Code, make some folder. I have already created here, like name front end hustle, and we click on the file button and type the name index. In index, I is capital and .html. This is the first thing you need to do to start with the HTML. Note the name index.html. You can name anything, but for the big project there's a rule that we write this main file name is index.html. For boilerplate, then some people ask that what is the boilerplate. Boilerplate is the basic template which we use for the HTML. For this HTML content, we need to write all these. This is a document type HTML, then HTML tag is the header. In head we will give the page title, which you need to give it's up to you. Then there's a body. Under the body there was so many tags and your work, like heading H1 and P for paragraph, and we'll learn forward about these tags. Then come end of the body and HTML tag. In this you need to know that what is document type HTML. What is this? It is the declaration defines that this document is an HTML5 document. By seeing this document type, we come to know that this is a HTML5 page. Then come second line, it's HTML. So this HTML known as element is the root element of the HTML page. Basically you can see that if there is a tree, so there's a root of anything, and which will support the tree to stand. So basically this is the root which make all these to stand up. Now come to the head part. The head element contains meta information about the HTML page. Now see, what is the meta page? Meta page or meta elements informations is for different viewing sizes. See, we were not going to make different pages for different devices. Like if we open this on the tablet, so this page must be responsive according to their sizes. See, it is going to convert into the mobile view while seeing on the mobile, and while you were watching on the tablet, it will randomly changes to that sizes. And if you are seeing on more larger size on large desktop, so it will be converted into that. So how this is possible? This is possible because of this meta tag. It's a very important thing. Now come to the body part. The body element defines the document's body and is a container for all the visible content such as heading, paragraphs, images, hyperlinks, and tables, and many more which we were using. We can write all the CSS part, and all the JavaScript part, and all the simple HTML under this body tag. So now we're going to start our first basic template that I had shown you. This is the head section, and this meta tags, title, link, and styles. And under the body, there's a different things. There's all content. Different things means there's a paragraph tag, heading tag. If you want to make tables, so there was the table tags. All these materials will come under the body section. Now come to the HTML elements and tags. So these were some list of the tags. There were so many tags in the HTML, and some new tags were introduced in the HTML5 also. And if further there were some new version come of the HTML, so there were also some new tags were we introduced. So it is impossible to give you information about the all tags. You need to learn from the websites. You need to browse some different learning materials which has been provided on the internet about the elements tags of the HTML. Some basic tags are heading, which is from the H1 to H6, paragraph tags, list tag, link text, an image tag, and table tag. We try to make some basic structure for this. See, here I had made press a button which is for the live port. It's a live server on which we can directly access to the browser page. That what we have written in the HTML, we can see it directly from there. So I'll adjust my screen. Now see, there's a heading text, so we'll try to cover up all heading text. This is the h1 tag. Now we'll copy it and see the difference between the text h1 to h6. We can write here make it 2, 3. It is 5, 9, 6. Let's save it. So see the difference between this. These heading tags actually when we talking about the marketing, अब आप बोलेंगे कि marketing तरफ क्यों गया, क्योंकि the sense of making the website of any business is to reach out to the peoples, to many peoples all around the world and take businesses from them. तो इसलिए हमने को ये टैक्स बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ना होंगे, क्योंकि ये एसईओ में काम आते हैं, सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशंस। लाइकवाइज कि कोई टैगिंग हम किस तरीके से यूज़ कर रहे हैं, स्पैन टैग जो आगे अपन पढ़ेंगे वो किस लिए यूज़ कर रहे हैं, और इन टैग्स का बहुत खासा यूज़ होता है ऑप्टिमाइजेशंस में, वो अपन आगे बात करेंगे। अभी फ़िलहाल के लिए देखिए, वी टॉक अबाउट द h1 टैग which is heading tag 1. So see, the size of the font is decreasing from 1 to 6, and these all are the heading you can use while you were drafting a big page, big article page or big blog page. You have been seen many. Likewise, if we take example, we search for the news. Likewise, see, I think this is the h1 tag, and we inspect it. See, this is an h1 tag and this is h2 tag. So likewise, this we use h1 tags and p tags in different scenarios. Here some other tag, you can see it like this. Now come to the paragraph tag. Paragraph tag is used for generally giving the writing article which is like paragraph, or that we have seen in that article. This article, this is the paragraph tag whole. See this. Under this paragraph tag, if we go, so there were different tag like strong tag. This is for the bold, and this is the anchor tag on which we click and it will be redirect to the different page. Likewise, this you see. So we'll learn all these about in the upcoming lectures. So if you have any doubts about the session, you may write your questions or queries in the comment section. We'll discuss in the next lecture. If we see, the next tag is list tag, which is UL, OL and LI. Let's see why this list tag is used. So first one we use it and then learn how they look around from each other. See the key difference between both QL and UL tags. See, first of all, we used UL and then we use LI below it. So, what is UL? It's an order list. What do we say? It's an order list. There were no order or no numbering in this. There were only dot and disk button or anything we can take rectangular button in that. So basically we can say that it's for the designer button style. It's a, so if we take, it will be very useful in different scenario. Likewise, if we go again on some article, the page, like where we see like this. This is the unordered list. They have used some heading, then paragraph, and between this there is an anchor tag, and they were using unordered list. So likewise, this different scenario we can use these tags. We'll next come to the ordered list. Ordered list, likewise we were seeing in this, there were numbers coming in this list like 1 2 3 4. We have been seeing in many of the articles like this step 1 and step 4. Instead of typing steps in every time, we can use this list item also. basically we have covered these two also. Now come to the link tag. So link tag I had shown you, and we'll see one of the example. Likewise, this we have taken some example. So if we see, this is the anchor tag. We have given information that where we need to redirect here text. While we click on the here text, the page will redirect to this domain. Obviously we have to change this, so you can change this also. Likewise, we have typed the Google text, and if we go back and click on that, so okay, we need to refresh it again, it will go to the Google page. So the link where you need to render your customer, so you can easily render them using anchor tag. Here, if you need not to give anything or you don't have any address at the time, so you can use this hash. It will not go anywhere and you can use it, but keep in mind that you did not keep it blank, because it's create confusion for the reader who reads your code for your manager where you will work. So use hashtag whenever you don't have any address in this. But there were so many properties in this, like target blank and all these. We'll study in the further. Now you will seeing the images and all these. So this like image, this is come through the image text like this. So we try it here. We'll write image and src for the source. The source you need to give within the comma like this. And if you don't have any image, or you need to take image from the Google also, so you can go to the free pick. It's the application from where you got the free images for your products. If you use any images without their permission, without the author's permission, it will break, you are breaking the law. So if you need, so you can use these pick like school type. This is the school pick, and we need to download it, copy it, and we'll make a folder name assets, and we'll paste here like this. So if you need to use that image, you need to like see how we'll give address. We were in the folder name front end hustle, so we need to out from the index, we out to the index, and we go to the assets, and then inside asset we go to the image.png. See, this image has come. See, these are the alternate in case if your server were down and your image is not rendering to the page, so this will guide that what is image about. So this image is speaking about the school, so we can write it school, and if we see that, we'll cut the address from here and save it. So what it is giving, it's showing that school. So someone who reading your article, or the person who is on your website currently while the server is gone off, so you may know that the customer know that it's some images related to the school or related to something that's about your businesses. These width and height is about the attributes. We can say in technical terms it's called attributes. Eh, it's the width and it is the height of the image. We can control it from here itself. Likewise, if we convert is 100 and if we give it 300, 300, so we'll see what happened to the image. It's change its attribute and it changes size, so we can control it from here. Another way to control it is from the style. We'll learn about that in the further video. Now moving forward, we'll see table. So in the previous time, most of the websites you are making is from the table only. It's a best practice to learn. So we'll make a small table here. We'll write first table, then inside the table we use tr. Tr is for table row. See, first of all you need to give heading, so inside the row there were table heading, then you have to take another row, and in that row you need to type your data. So this data, or you can call it column, is known as table data. Likewise, there were the three data come in a row and then under three, so the table will look like this. You can see it. We can do one thing. We can move it on the tops by this. See, this is table. How many type of the data, many much more data you can include it, like you have seen the table in your result while you searching for the roll number and all these. So these were made from the table itself. There were many tags inside this table which we use, like the border and the border color. We'll learn about that in next classes, or we can say that upcoming classes. Now come to the forms and input elements, where you have seen the form. Likewise, in any website, or we can say that the Facebook, when you have joined it, you need to write all the details. So that's all come from the form. Any website you open. Likewise, I need to search for the AI. And if we go here, it's asking for get started. This is the form. See, it's a clear heading, then the first name, last name, and this called the warning sign that you need to fill it first, and this is the error box which come. This is the email ID where you need to fill email ID and password. This is a scroll bar, drop down bar, you can see it, and there's a drop box, checkbox, sorry, which you need to tick for getting the access of the website page. And then is a continue button. Here's some text for terms and policy. So you can see that from the regular website visit you can also learn about the many text, but you need to practice it. So we'll move forward for this form sign button. You see the text field, you see the checkbox with the checkbox, and that website, this is the checkbox button. See, drop down, it's a select button, it's a select button, so the drop down, and button, it's a button, continue button. So we make a form, a simple form, which contain all these details. I will delete all these sections. Okay, delete will add it. One more thing I wanted to explain you. For commenting anything on the HTML, you may use slash star, then enter your comment while you are commenting the code that will now, and then star hash. So what is it is used for? So it is used for, like, if I don't want to use all these things, I don't want to show this at this time, but we'll use in forward in upcoming days. So what we'll do, we will comment it simply. We'll see for this. Actually, I think I had forgotten to something. So basically this is the comment section where, and make a practice of it while writing a code. You practice it to comment each and everything. Likewise, this is the form, so you need to write it like this is the form section, comment it, and like write form section. It is a good for your code writing while you are going in the company and your manager will see your code, so it is easily understandable that it's a form and we need which you have making some form for that. So now let's move forward for the form. For form, we write a form and then action for which we were transferring this and moving the page to the action page.php. If we do not want it, we can cross it at this time. We're not working on the live server, so we can cross it. We will save it and see what will happen. Where is our form? This is our form. See, it's come the see. Sorry for that. This is the command. Like this, you need to write for commenting out the things from code. Now it will not appear on the code. See, see, for the form there was a label, and we make first label for first name. What is this label? Label stand for the form. Like ऐसा बोला जाए कि आप कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन अपने कैंडिडेट से ले रहे हो, अपने जो भी आपकी साइट पे आते हैं, तो हम स्टूडेंट से या कैंडिडेट से जिससे भी आप अपनी इन्फॉर्मेशन ले रहे हो उसको आप किसी पेज पे स्टोर करवाओगे. फॉर दैट स्टोर वो होगा जेसन में स्टोर. तो वो जेसन पार्ट के लिए आपको एक फील्ड देना पड़ती है. जैसे अब आप इतनी सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन एक साथ लिख दोगे तो उसको सर्च नहीं कर पाओगे, बैक एंड में टीम नहीं लिख पाएगी उसका डेटा. सो फॉर दैट पर्पज वी यूज़ द लेबल, and we'll first label for the first name. Like if you type Madhav, or if you type Akash, if you type Abhay, or these are the or other first names. So and this will get stored in the spreadsheet or anywhere they were saving the data. So that the main heading is F name, means first name, or you can write it full. It will also be okay. You can rename it any way that you want, but it should be in small letter. So we come for the first name, we type it, and then BR tag is for line break. You need to come down. नीचे आओगे ना भाई, सीधे सीधे थोड़ा ना लिख जाओगे, तो नीचे आने के लिए लाइन ब्रेक आपको यूज़ करना पड़ेगा. देन यू नीड टू गिव इनपुट टाइप. What is input type? This is input type. This box is an input type where you write your name, your first name, and that will go and stored in JavaScript format or spreadsheet where they were receiving their data. So here also you need to say that it's a number, numerical, or a text format, or anyone. Like for the password we use, and for the email we use email, and for password we use text type password. So there were so many types, you need to learn it. Oh, see how many there were see there were so many input types. I provide you the basic list for the input type. These so many, there were so many types, like button type, so button, checkbox that we have seen. Type, if you were given some color coding, so you can take input from the color also. If there was some birthday or anniversary for someone, like you see in the hotel, what you were inputting while booking the hotel. See this. So this is the date type. You need to type it. It's called a date type. And this is a date time local, and this is for the email that I had uh, given for previously, and this is for the file type while you were seeing it in the OneDrive when you were uploading any file. So it will ask that what type of the file is MP3, MP4, or while you were filling some government exam form. So there were the option that upload the file size is about 121 KB that time. So this is for the field type, input type, sorry, file. Now then, image, month, number, password I had already told, radio button. There were also a range that between which range you need to input, like you have been seeing in some driving license. While applying for the passport, you will have to arrange where over 18 year, so their range is used. Now reset, in many examination forms you have seen that there's a reset button if you have done some wrong inputs and you need to retype it, so use the reset button. Type search, submit is for submit itself. While you have completed the form, you have need to press submit. Tel is for telephone. Text you have already seen. Time, input type URL if there is any URL or any images which were of the large size, you use URL type. Week, and that's all. These are full flash input type details which we have learned. So this form and input element we have finished. Now move to forward. See, if we come on the HTML part, so there was semantic tag. So what is semantic tag? A semantic tag element clearly describe its meaning to both the browser and the developer. Example of the non-semantic tag is div, span tag are the non-semantic tag, and for the example of the semantic tag is image, table, and article, from where we its meaning is clear, like it's a header and its footer. Header means the upper part of the website, and footer means the lower part of the website where you see all the details. Like we see some example from here, like this. This is the header part where all the detailed information is giving about the menu, nav menu. And where's the footer part? The footer part is this, where all the other information related to the company and their languages and all the social media accounts, these details come in the footer part. We'll see it in further videos. So the question is arises that many websites contain codes like the div to indicate the navigation, header, and footer. So there were so many the semantic tags which come, and the main question arises that why we semantic tag is so important in the HTML. We'll come on that part. See, the semantic tag is important because it enhance the website accessibility, improve SEO that I had told you previously, and also make the code easier to maintain by using descriptive elements that defines the structure and meaning of the content rather than its presentations. Like, see, in the search engine like Google, use semantic HTML tag to understand the meaning and the context of the web pages, which help them rank pages more accurately and efficiently. See, the why this first result is come because the semantic tag is used in this element very efficiently. So it is enhancing their SEO power. Is your coding maintenance like if you use some article, so you have to need use article tag for that. If there is some navigation bar, so you need to use nav tag. Header and footer I had already told you. If there is any section of the document, so you use section tag. If there is some detailed information given for some content, so use detail tag. And if something is marked highlighted like this is the highlighting, but it's in a textual format. But if you write it for the website like this here I think it's already a anchor tag, but for somewhere where you see the highlighted text, it's use mark text mark tag for that. Likewise, if we see some example, see here, this is the heading in which we using h1 tag for specifying the heading. Open it, and if we open this also, the h1 tag, and this is the p tag. So these all are the example of semantic tag. Now move forward. HTML features like about audio video support, canvas, and SVG for the graphics, local storage and session storage. We move forward for that. So for the audio video support, HTML5 we use native support for the audio and video through the audio tag and the video tag. If you see Ghana.com, like this here, what they have been used for aligning the song. They were using iframe, and for this music they have used audio tag. I'll leave it. And for video tag, we use video tag for the video items which you see in the YouTube or any other article. Like you have seen many um, see. Yeah, can't able to find. You can also verify it from searching from your side like this is the mp3. I think if you inspect this page, it will give you the mp3 tag for the audio, and for video it's use video tags. It's a simply format. I have provide you format also. Like this, it's come. When we have any video, we can copy it and paste it here. If you see, we'll do it. We'll use YouTube video, we'll paste it here, src colon, and save it. Now see what will happen. It's loading. Directly video will play from here itself, and if you attach some music, it will play it from this section. So that's it. That's all. Now we come for the canvas and svg. For canvas and svg, you can say that if you need to attach some bar graph in your HTML5, you can use the canvas. Like here we have used it. Let's see, this is the svg, in which it will be making a rectangle of the blue color. You can adjust all height and width from the here. It's same about the image tag, but it's called the canvas. It's named different because we can, in the image we only have one format like jpg and png, but in this we can need not to attach anything. We can directly make a structure that we want. Like this, here is the javascript has been written, in which they were saying that we have need a blue color, and percentage that 50 from the x and 50 from the y. It's for the top, bottom, right and left, so these points were given, and it will be covering. As we will be working for this, you will learn more about the canvas. Now move for the svg part. svg is somehow same like the canvas. This we have made. This is the svg. The bigger question is come that what is different between canvas and svg. Now we move forward like that. In canvas, a bitmap pixel based graphics rendering on the surface. You may note down this also. First, for the canvas, bitmap graphics render surface. You can draw directly on the canvas using JavaScript that I had shown you before. For SVG, it's called scalable vector graphics, using XML to describe shapes and path. Each element is treated as a DOM object, make it accessible and interactive. See, for DOM we'll talk later on that. So this thing will cover up in the future lectures. If we talk about the more differences between them, so it is easy to learn more about SVG and this. We'll open Notepad here so that you can learn and understand things in a more better way. See, for the canvas, if we talk about the canvas, you will see here. The first thing canvas is given that it's a bitmap pixel graphics render using JavaScript, whereas the SVG is vector XML graphics that are part of the DOM. We'll learn more about DOM in the future lectures. On the basis of performance, fast for the complex, dynamic graphics, and there were the animations. Slower for the complex season, but efficient for the static graphics. This is for the SVG. It means it's a if it's efficient way for making the graphics in perspective in respect to the canvas. In scalability, no scalable, flexible occurs in resizing. So the image will करप्टेड लाइक यदि आप उसको बड़ा करोगे तो इमेज फट जाएगा. Infinite scalability without quality loss, it's given in the SVG. So that's the SVG is far better than the canvas. In interactivity, no built-in interactivity required, JavaScript for the handling events. And for the SVG, native interactivity using DOM events like on click or hover, you can use it. If we see for the rendering, immediate rendering without no retention information, and for the SVG, render using DOM retained element information. You cannot immediately render it. You need JavaScript and all these for in case of the canvas, but you can directly render it if you are using SVG. If you, in the use case where the canvas is used, it's used in the game, animation and image editing, real-time data visualization. And where the SVG icon you have seen in many places, charts and logos, uh, simple animations and diagrams. So the SVG we can use. Accessibility, no accessibility, as it is purely pixel based. So where you need to use pixel perfect images, so you can use canvas there if you need any icon type things which is a pixel perfect, so you can use canvas. Accessibility at its support screen rendering and DOM interaction. File size typically smaller for the complex and pixel heavy design, but in this larger for the vector graphics with the many elements. So the file size will smaller of the canvas in perspective to the SVG. If we know about the browser supportability, so widely browser support in modern browser, and now SVG is also supported. You know that there were in every 6 months there were some updates were come, so in that updates they were seeing all these things, that whatever the element they have previously announced and which were we not supported by their browser, so they will make it to support it for that. So the most persons will use their browsers for that functions also. So that's this all the canvas and the SVG. Now move forward. Meta tags and SEO basis. See, I had told you before about the meta tag in my starting lecture. I will take more information about that also. Meta tags provide more information about the web page to the search engine and social media platforms. They are essential for informing your website's SEO, search engine optimization, to enhance visibility on the social media. Likewise, there were keywords and descriptions. Meta keywords like you were using meta name, keywords, content type, what type of things you were using like table or all these. And then the meta description is there that describe what type of the data you were using in this website. Like if you see the Amazon and there were so many products, like there's a stationery related, so you need to write name is equals to keywords and content. In content they were write pencil, pen, rubber, sharpener and all these. And in the meta description they write simply the pencil with the good graphite and it's holdable to make a good handwriting. Like this type of the content we write in the meta description and it's used in the SEO. Now there were the open graph tags for the social media, like OG title that appear on the social media. Then OG description, it's a short description like the meta description. OG image, it's a URL of the image to display the user high quality images. And then URL, and URL you already know. OG type, it's for the website or article depending on the content. So these all about the meta tags. And keywords and description I already told you. We'll add here so you can also write it. Good. Keyword and descriptions is there. Use meta description keywords for the better reach of engine visibility. Now move to the next. Some best practices and common mistakes that people use. So you need to use proper indentation. Avoid inline styles is for CSS. We'll learn more about that in the future. Ensure accessibility and don't forget alt attribute for the images. Most of the time people were not used alt images. Alt for for that if the images were not shown, so you can get information that what about that image is for. Now there's a conclusion and we'll move forward in the next video. Conclusion At the conclusion we'll say that we will start CSS in the furthermost classes and we'll move with the JavaScript also. For the learning resource you can use W3 School and MDN, and if you need practice for the projects, make simple pages, simple form pages with the use of the HTML. Simply HTML, don't use any CSS or JavaScript here. We'll move forward. These were some examples that you can write it for your help. like h1 tag is given that this is a heading, and you can use it for h6 till h6, h2 h3 and till h6. You can use paragraph tag and then use anchor tag. uh, Unordered list and ordered list we have already seen. Use images, how that will make different table structures, then make forms. We have learned about the forms and all these. If we talk about the semantic tag, we have already learned about the header. We don't learn about the nav, but we learn about the article section and footer. For audio, we have already seen example for the audio and video with the canvas. We don't learn about the script, it's for the JavaScript we learn forward. For meta tag, we have seen that meta character, it's UTF-6. Let me explain you this. I think we have left this section. So this tag is used in the HTML to define the character encoding of the website. Now you see that what is the character encoding? Character encoding is a system that translates characters into a formatted computer can read and display it. Like a character like letters, number, symbol. So now what is UTF means? UTF means Unicode transformation format of the 8-bit. It's 8 for 8-bit. Is the most widely used character encoding. It supports almost all languages, including special symbols, emojis you have used, and the complex structure. So the question arises that why we use UTF-8. But first of all, you have seen the difference that there is no enclosure tags in that, so it doesn't need a closing tag as it is a self-closing tags. So we'll learn more about the self-closing tag in the future classes. So why UTF-8 is used? So it's the most supports multi-language, like perfect for the multilingual website that you have seen before, like the Facebook is used in everywhere. Like it's come in the Hindi also, most person use in other languages also, Spanish and Italian. I think it also come. And UTF is also supported for the special character support. Display like dollar and yen, all these has been supported by UTF-8 itself. And UTF-8 is recommended by W3C. It's called World Wide Web Consortium. Sorry. And it said that preserve use of the question mark or appearing in the place of the character. So that's why it will be using. And now see, the best practice is to use a meta character UTF-8 in the head tag section before other tags. Ensure text editor is set to UTF-8. It's necessary to use it. So we have seen this also. In the meta tab, they were meta name, they were the also author name. Such like some big websites that the one person is making nowadays. It's common, like for making app. So one person can easily make it using Cursor AI or any other AIs. There were so many tools in their Copilot is there. In the VS Code, you can easily use it. So in the meta name, you can use your author name and content about which you were writing for that. There were some best example practices and common mistakes. So best practices: use semantic tag like article and sections. Provide alt attribute for the images that we have already learned. Keep code properly indented. Common mistakes that everyone is using diff for everything. Diff is not. Uh, you can learn more and more if you make more and more web pages using HTML. So it will clear all your doubts. And if you still have some doubts, so comment it out in the comment section so we can also know about that, and we'll give more information about it. So thank you. We'll meet in the next video with the part that we have left, like unclosed tags. We have don't learn about that, and next we will move towards the CSS and then cover the rest of his JavaScript and all these in next coming videos. So not forget to like, subscribe our channel, and click on the bell button for more informations about us. Thank you. Have a good day.